Reiss Nelson's move to Brentford on deadline day feels less like a routine paperwork exercise and more like a crossroads moment. A young winger stepping out of the long shadow of a big club to chase something far more tangible. Minutes on the pitch, a regular role, and an identity he can build in front of supporters who will judge him by actions, not reputation. For Nelson, the last few seasons have been a patchwork of promise and patience, flashes of brilliance, long spells waiting on the sidelines, and the kind of development lull that turns potential into a question mark. The loan to Brentford delivers clarity. It answers the simplest, most urgent question any player can face at this stage of a career. Will you play? And in answering that, it reshapes his immediate future. Brentford, on the other side, did not sign a young winger for style points. They signed a player whose technical profile, quick feet, willingness to run at defenders, and an instinct for the final third fits a team suddenly tasked with replacing real attacking output after a major outgoing. Transfer. When a club parts with a forward for big money, the holes that remain are not always measured in a single statistic. They are about movement, unpredictability, the small moments that become match-turning sequences. Nelson offers those moments if given the chance. The bigger narrative here is about timing. Nelson arrives at a club hungry to maintain momentum and reluctant to let a summer exit define their campaign. He arrives as a player entering what most call the prime window of his career and determined to prove the years of training and brief Premier League flashes were not wasted. He said he wants to express himself, to give fans something to remember, a goal, a sensational run, an assist that changes how supporters feel about him. That hunger matters. It is the fuel that turns training ground technique into game-winning execution. There are tactical questions to answer quickly. Will he be deployed on the wing who cuts inside and looks for goal? Will he start wide and stretch full backs, or come on as an impact runner to destabilise tired defences? Brentford's coaching staff will have to find the spaces where Nelson's skills produce the highest output without destabilising the balance that has served the team well. The next few matches are a trial by fixture list more than a trial by gossip. Immediate form will guide whether Nelson becomes a permanent piece of Brentford's attacking puzzle or a stopgap remembered for flashes. For Nelson personally, the outcomes are stark. Consistent starts and visible impact could turn a season-long loan into a turning point, offering him bargaining power and renewed confidence. Mixed minutes and inconsistency could relegate him to the long list of talented players who never quite stitched their potential into performance. Fans will watch with divided curiosity and hope. Curious because deadline day signings so often surprise, hopeful because a homegrown academy player reviving his career makes for the kind of story that elevates a season. Behind the headlines, though, the real measure will be simple. Does he change games if Nelson's runs, decisions and composure in the final third begin altering games regularly? The narrative will flip from a loan to a lifeline. If not, it still remains a vital learning experience in a career that is far from written. Either way, the arrival is a statement from player and club that neither is content with the status quo and that both are willing to take a calculated risk to chase something bigger. In the coming weeks, every touch, run and choice will be scrutinised, and that pressure is precisely the environment that will tell us whether this deadline day handoff was a masterstroke or a momentary gamble. Watch closely. A season and a career can pivot in the space of 90 minutes.